Yeah, I really be feeling like every now and then somebody needs to get the. What you talking about? Not Terrence talking about they still beefing. Yes, they ain't fight yet. They gotta fight. Like people like, oh, fighting is beneath me. Da 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 da. Like, no, it's not. What are you talking about? I don't care. I don't care. If you know you little, don't with people. That's bigger than you. Like, what you talking about? I don't have no sympathy for you. Oh well, you knew you was little and you knew she was big when you was talking shit.
The internet just broke in half, and hip-hop fans are still trying to catch their breath. After months of whispers, blurry photos, and suspicious sightings, Papoose has finally confirmed the rumor that's been haunting Remy Ma's every move. He is officially in a relationship with Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champion known as the GWOAT, the greatest woman of all time in the ring. That's right. Papoose didn't just hint, he didn't just tease. He came out boldly with Claressa by his side, smiling, holding hands, and making it crystal clear. This is his new love. Fans are calling it the biggest betrayal in hip-hop history. Because the man who once built his image on being loyal to Remy through prison, through public scrutiny, through everything, has now traded that loyalty in for someone younger, fresher, and already dominating her own lane. But if you thought Remy was going to sit back quietly while her ex turned their love story into a tabloid headline, think again. Her response wasn't a subtweet, wasn't a cryptic post, it was a thunderclap in the form of a child support filing. According to insiders, Remy is going straight for the jugular, hitting Papoose where it hurts the most. His money, his pride, Kate, and his legacy. And here's the kicker. This isn't just about money. This is about revenge. This is about power. This is about humiliation. Sources claim Remy has been sitting on this move for weeks, waiting for the right moment, and the second Papoose confirmed Claressa, she pulled the trigger. The question now is, who's going to survive this war? Before we dive into the chaos of court filings, new girlfriends, and explosive reactions, we have to rewind. Because the Papoose Remy Ma story isn't just another celebrity breakup. This is a saga that once stood as hip-hop's crown jewel of loyalty. A love story that inspired memes, interviews, even whole love and hip-hop plot lines. And now, that story is shattered in ways fans never imagined. Let's go back to 2008. Remy Ma. One of the fears.
I was like,
So he came up every day? Every visit?
For the first year, he came literally every single day. When you're in a match, you have a visit every day,
Right,
except
that's
it
right,
alters
right.
on the weekends,
That's
or
right.
Saturday or Sunday. So literally the
Every
first
day.
year,
How
he
far
came
is
every day.
Bedford Hills from?
It's about 45 to an hour, depending on
So
traffic.
he was running up there every day, like coming up there.
Yeah, to
back
like,
to
I mean,
mall.
it got to a point where I had to tell him, like, yo, like, I'm good. I'm all right.
One of the fiercest female rappers of her era was sentenced to prison for nearly a decade. At that point, most people assumed her career and her relationship would be over. But then came Papoose. Instead of walking away, he cemented himself as Mr. Loyalty. He visited her religiously. He spoke her name in every interview, and he became a symbol of what people thought true love looked like. He was painted as the blueprint, the man who waited. The man who stood tall while his wife was locked away. When Remy came home in 2014, the reunion was emotional. They renewed vows, had their daughter, and appeared as hip-hop royalty on Love and Hip Hop, New York. For years, they played the roles of ride-or-die partners. Fans used them as proof that love could survive anything. If Papoose can wait 10 years for Remy, then loyalty still exists, people said. Their brand was built on that story. But behind the scenes, insiders whispered that the fairy tale wasn't as perfect as it seemed. Tensions grew over money, over control, and especially over fame. Remy was back in the spotlight with new music, major collaborations, and media appearances. Meanwhile, Papoose struggled to step out of her shadow. He had talent, yes, but his narrative was tied to her, and some say that resentment slowly ate away at him. Fast forward a few years, the cracks were visible. Rumors started to swirl about arguments, about distance, about Papoose quietly feeling suffocated by being known as Remy's man. He wanted his own identity, his own recognition. And then came the whispers, blurry photos of him with another woman. At first, fans dismissed it. Papoose? Cheating. Impossible. But the whispers didn't stop. That other woman turned out to be none other than Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champion, Olympic gold medalist and self-proclaimed GWOAT, known for her dominance in the ring and her bold, unapologetic attitude. Claressa was already a star in her own right. To fans, she seemed like the complete opposite of Remy Younger, fresh, thriving, and undefeated. The first time Claressa and Papoose were spotted together, it was brushed off as business. Maybe they're working on something, fans said. But when they kept popping up together at events, in private hangouts, even in what looked like cozy moments, the rumors grew too loud to ignore. Blogs ran with it. Is Papoose dating Claressa Shields? For months, neither confirmed nor denied. Papoose played coy, while Remy avoided the topic completely. But insiders claimed Remy was livid behind the scenes, feeling humiliated by the very man she had defended for years. She gave him loyalty through prison, and now he's running around with a younger woman. One source allegedly said ... and then came the bombshell. Papoose confirmed it. Whether it was a post, a public appearance, or a bold statement in an interview, the message was clear. He wasn't hiding anymore. Claressa Shields wasn't just a rumor. She was his girlfriend. The confirmation sent the internet into meltdown. Fans who once idolized Papoose were torn. Some said he had the right to move on after years of sacrifice. Others called him a fraud who had built his brand on loyalty only to abandon it for someone new. Claressa, for her part, stayed unapologetic, smiling alongside Papoose and embracing the chaos. But if Papoose thought he could step out with Claressa and Remy would stay silent, it was wrong. Because Remy's response was swift, calculated, and devastating. Instead of ranting online, she went straight for the jugular: child support. According to insiders, Remy filed paperwork demanding Papoose provide financial support for their daughter. The move was shocking, not just because of the money involved, but because of what it symbolized. This wasn't just about providing for a child. This was about power. This was about Remy saying, "You don't get to humiliate me and walk away smiling. You will pay." Child support isn't just a financial battle, it's a public one. By filing, Remy was signaling to the world that she wasn't going to be sidelined while Papoose flaunted his new relationship. She was reclaiming the narrative, turning the tables, and dragging him into a fight he couldn't ignore. And the craziest part? Insiders claim Remy's move wasn't purely about money. She's allegedly sitting on receipts, texts, messages, maybe even recordings that show Papoose trying to keep her quiet. If those receipts surface, this story won't just be about child support. It'll be about betrayal, lies, and secrets that could destroy his entire loyal husband image forever. Now, with Claressa Shields in the mix, the battle isn't just between Remy and Papoose. It's a triangle, a cultural earthquake, a love story turned into a legal war. Fans are picking sides, celebrities are whispering, and the media is salivating for the next twist. Because if this is how Remy reacts to confirmation, just imagine what happens when the court filings, receipts, and clapbacks start flooding the internet. The moment Papoose confirmed Claressa Shields as his girlfriend, everything that had been simmering quietly behind the scenes erupted into a full-blown cultural earthquake. What was once speculation and gossip turned into an undeniable reality, and the fallout was swift, messy, and merciless. Papoose's confirmation wasn't subtle. It wasn't a blurry photo, a sly hand-holding moment, or a whispered rumor. It was bold, it was loud, and it was deliberate. According to insiders, Pap showed up at a high-profile boxing event in Las Vegas. Claressa's world arm-in-arm with the undefeated champion herself. The cameras went wild. Fans screamed. Bloggers hit publish before the couple even sat down. Claressa, dressed in a sparkling red gown, and Papoose, suited up with his trademark hat tilted low, looked directly into the cameras and smiled. No hiding, no shame, no excuses. In that instant, the hip-hop world froze. This was confirmation. This was official. And within minutes, social media exploded. One viral tweet read, Pap really left the woman who held him down for a decade for the GWOAT. Nah, loyalty is dead. Another shot back? Y'all mad? But Pap finally found someone who shines with him instead of over him. Let that man breathe. The internet was already on fire. But then came Remy. Instead of posting a rant or crying on live, Remy Ma went nuclear in a way no one saw coming. She filed for child support, according to sources close to her camp. Remy had been waiting for this exact moment. The second Papoose stepped out with Claressa. The paperwork was filed, cold, calculated, brutal. And here's the kicker. The filing wasn't just about financial support for their daughter. Insiders say it was layered with demands, clauses, and stipulations designed to hit Papoose where it hurt most. His image in one section. She allegedly detailed Papoose's failure to uphold family obligations, a line that instantly made headlines when it leaked to the press. Two fans. It's read like a dagger. The man known for loyalty was now being accused legally of neglect. The blogs had a field day. From Mr. Loyalty to Mr. Defendant, Papoose hit with child support filing. Remy Ma strikes back. Child support bombshell shakes. Hip-hop Papoose confirmed Claressa. Remy confirmed court dates. But the story didn't stop there. Because within days of the filing, alleged leaked court documents began circulating online. Screenshots of supposed legal paperwork showed eye-watering figures, thousands in monthly support, demands for back pay, and accusations of Papoose failing to provide certain expenses for their child. Fans were stunned. Was this really happening? Was Remy dragging the most loyal man in hip-hop into the same system she once praised him for avoiding? Or was this her ultimate revenge, hitting him in his wallet, his pride, and his public image all at once? And then came the first twist. In response to the filing, Papoose allegedly fired back with a counterclaim, one that sent shockwaves through the culture. In his filing, he reportedly accused Remy of using their daughter as a pawn in her revenge scheme, arguing that he had always provided for his child and that the child support filing was nothing but a weapon to humiliate him after confirming Claressa in one leaked excerpt. Papoose allegedly wrote, "This is not about our daughter. This is about control. This is about revenge for me, moving on with Claressa. I will not let my daughter be used in this war." Fans couldn't believe it. The couple who once embodied loyalty and love were now dragging each other through court filings that sounded more like rap battle. Lyrics than legal documents. Social media went into chaos again. Hashtags like #Remy vs Pap, #child support scandal, and #CLARESS caught in the middle trended for days. TikTok creators reenacted the alleged courtroom drama, splicing Remy's old love and hip-hop clips with boxing footage of Claressa knocking out opponents. Captioning it Round 1, Remy versus Pap. Round 2, Claressa waiting. But the twist wasn't just the counterclaim. According to insiders, Papoose's team was preparing to leak receipts of their own private texts between him and Remy, allegedly showing her threatening to ruin him publicly if he ever embarrassed her with another woman. One alleged line read, "I made you. I'll destroy you. Don't play with me." If true, this flipped the narrative completely. Suddenly, Papoose wasn't just the man who left Remy for a younger woman. He was the man trying to defend himself from years of manipulation, control, and threats. The fan base split in half overnight. Some stood firm with Remy. She built him up and he tore her down. She deserves everything. Others sided with Pap. Remy is weaponizing child support as revenge. That's not motherhood. That's pettiness. And in the middle of it all was Claressa Shields, the undefeated champ suddenly thrust into the ugliest feud in hip-hop. While she stayed mostly silent, her presence at Papoose's side spoke volumes. And fans couldn't stop speculating how long before Remy turned her aim directly at Claressa. The first major conflict had arrived, and with it, the first twist. This wasn't just a breakup. This was a war fought in court filings, leaks, and receipts, with a child caught in the middle and an entire culture watching from the sidelines. And the scariest part? Both Remy and Pap were just getting started. Neither had played their deadliest card yet. The child support filing alone would have been enough to send shockwaves through the culture. But Remy Ma wasn't satisfied with simply pulling Pap into court. No, this was personal. This was surgical. And she wanted to make sure her strike cut deeper than just legal fees within 48 hours of the filing. Remy did something no one expected. She went live. Dressed in black, her hair slicked back, her face set with the kind of fire fans remembered from her battle rap days. Remy didn't mince words. "I kept my mouth shut for months," she declared too nearly. 300,000 viewers tuned in. "I let everybody call me bitter. I let everybody say I was jealous. But let me tell you something, that man wasn't no saint. Y'all think he Mr. Loyalty? Mr. Perfect Husband. Nah, that man's been playing games for years." Claressa ain't the first, and she won't be the last. The internet erupted. Clips of her live were instantly reposted across Instagram blogs, Twitter threads, and TikTok edits. And the most shocking part? Remy claimed she had receipts. She waved a thick stack of papers at the camera, saying, "This right here is what I tried to protect him from. But since he want to embarrass me, let's embarrass him." Fans begged her to flip the pages. Some screamed in the comments, "Show the receipts." Others warned her, "Remy, don't do it. Keep it classy." But Remy didn't care. She smirked and ended the live with a chilling line. "Court ain't ready for what I got, but he is." That was all it took. Rumors exploded overnight. Some swore the papers were text messages between Papoose and multiple women. Others claimed they were bank statements proving he funneled money to girlfriends on the side. A few even whispered that there were references to another child, a secret baby. Papoose never acknowledged publicly, and as the gossip swirled, Claressa Shields finally stepped in. Up until now, the boxing champion had remained silent, keeping her head down and letting Pap handle the fallout. But on a Saturday morning, Claressa posted a photo of her and Papoose training together in a Detroit gym, both smiling, both looking unbothered. Her caption was short, sharp, and direct. "Champions don't fold." That single line sent fans into overdrive. Supporters flooded her comments with fire emojis and praise. "Talk, yo talk, champ." But Remy's loyal fan base swarmed in too. "Sis, enjoy him while you can. He cheated with you. He'll cheat on you." The tension had escalated into a three-way war. Remy versus Papoose, Remy versus Claressa, and the culture versus itself. But the shocking reveal was still to come. Just when fans thought things couldn't get messier, a blog dropped a bombshell. Alleged leaked audio of Remy Ma on the phone with a close friend. In the audio, Remy's voice could be heard saying, "I don't even care about the money. I want the world to see him the way I see him. A liar, a cheater, a fraud." The friend, sounding hesitant, asked, "But Rem, what about the family? What about the image?" Remy's response was cold. "The image is gone. Pap ruined that when he stepped out with Claressa. Now it's war." The audio went viral within hours, sparking outrage and debate. Some fans accused the blogs of fabricating it. Others swore it was real, pointing to Remy's tone and cadence. Either way, the damage was done. The audio painted a picture of a woman not seeking justice, but vengeance. Papoose's camp wasted no time firing back. According to insiders, Pap's team was preparing to release text messages showing Remy's own alleged infidelities, proof that while she was painting him as the villain, she wasn't as innocent as she wanted fans to believe. One screenshot leaked to Twitter showed an alleged message from Remy to an unnamed man. "I'm tired of being strong for everybody else. I need somebody who makes me feel alive again." Fans dissected it line by line, debating whether it was real, whether it was recent, and most importantly, whether it meant Remy had been stepping out on Pap long before Claressa entered the picture. The escalation had reached dangerous levels. What started as a child support filing had turned into an all-out smear campaign, with receipts, leaks, and alleged evidence flying from both sides. And then came the reveal that shook everyone. A gossip outlet dropped what they claimed was the actual child support filing, complete with Remy's handwritten notes in the margins. In those notes, she allegedly detailed incidents where she accused Pap of disappearing for days, failing to contribute to certain bills and living double lives. One line stood out above the rest. One line stood out above the rest. Pap thinks he can play me, but the world will see the truth. Loyalty was a brand, not a reality. The phrase went viral instantly. Fans made memes. TikTokers stitched it into skits. Twitter timelines filled with debates. Had Papoose built his career and image on a lie? Was Mr. Loyalty just a persona crafted for clout? The shocking reveal was that the very foundation of Pap's brand, his loyalty to Remy, was now shattered in public. Whether true or exaggerated, the damage was irreversible. Claressa, meanwhile, tried to shield herself from the chaos, but the boxing star found her name dragged into every headline. Claressa Shields caught in hip-hop's ugliest breakup. From ring to reality show, Claressa's romance sparks feud. Is the GWOAT ready for the drama of Mr. and Mrs. Ma? By the end of the week, fans weren't just following the story, they were obsessed. Every post, every live, every receipt became ammunition in the culture war. And as the dust settled, one thing was clear. Remy hadn't just filed for child support. She had detonated a bomb that left no survivors. But here's the cliffhanger. Just when fans thought the worst had been revealed, whispers began surfacing that Remy had one final ace up her sleeve. A tell-all interview. A sit-down where she promised to reveal the full truth about Papoose, Claressa, and the betrayal that destroyed their marriage. If she followed through, it wouldn't just be a scandal. It would be a cultural event by now. This wasn't just hip-hop gossip, had turned into a cultural earthquake. Social media, blogs, daytime talk shows, and even late-night comedians couldn't resist weighing in. The Papoose-Remy-Claressa triangle had become the #1 trending topic in the US, with hashtags like #TeamRemy, #PapLoyaltyLie, and #CLARESS in the crossfire dominating feeds. On Twitter, the debates grew vicious. One viral thread read, "People need to stop dragging Claressa like she the villain. She's a young queen, a champion, and Pap made his choice. If anyone's to blame, it's him." The replies went wild. One person clapped back. "Nah, sis. Claressa knew Pap was married. Loyalty ain't just on Pap, it's on the woman who steps into another woman's house." Another comment struck an even deeper nerve. "Y'all act like Remy perfect. Didn't she cheat before? Didn't she embarrass Pap years ago? Stop acting like she's some saint now." Every platform had become a battlefield. TikTok edits replayed Remy's live over dramatic music, cutting to old clips of her and Pap promising loyalty, followed by screenshots of the alleged receipts. YouTube bloggers dropped hour-long breakdowns dissecting every word, every facial expression, every caption. But the industry reactions, that's where things truly exploded. Fat Jeremy's longtime collaborator and close friend was cornered by TMZ outside a New York restaurant. When asked about the situation, Joe shook his head and sighed. "That's family business. I love Rem. I love Pap. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, but I hope they work it out. It's ugly right now." Too ugly, his neutral stance only fueled speculation. Fans accused him of protecting Pap, while others claimed he was low-key siding with Remy. Then 50 Cent, never one to miss an opportunity for trolling, jumped in with his usual fire, posting a meme of Pap looking stressed next to Claressa holding championship belts. 50 captioned it, "Pap thought he was the champ at home but found out he was just a sparring partner. LOL, can't make this up." The post had over 1 million likes in 24 hours. Remy's fans accused 50 of exploiting her pain, while others admitted the jab was brutal but hilarious. Even Nicki Minaj's name surfaced in the discourse. Fans resurfaced her old feud with Remy and flooded her mentions. Nicki somewhere laughing her head off right now. While Nicki didn't directly comment, she liked a shady post from a fan account saying, "The way karma spins the block every time. That like alone sent the Barbs into overdrive," turning the feud into another layer of drama. But perhaps the most surprising reaction came from female rappers, like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. Cardi, who has had rocky history with both Remy and Pap, tweeted, "Women always get blamed when men do dumb ass asterisk asterisk. I feel for Rem, but let's not act like she the only one who been hurt. Pap knew what he was doing. Y'all dragging Claressa, but she ain't married." Asterisk Megan reposted Cardi's tweet with a simple comment. Big facts. The solidarity sent shockwaves, with fans pointing out how quickly women in the industry rallied around each other when men's mistakes were in the spotlight. Meanwhile, Papoose's image, once seen as the golden standard for loyalty in hip-hop, was now completely under siege. Blogs questioned everything. Was his loyalty to Remy ever real? Were the stories about him holding her down in prison exaggerated? Did he build his brand on smoke and mirrors? One article went viral with the headline, "From Mr. Loyalty to Mr. Liability, How Papoose's Image Crumbled Overnight." That headline stung. Fans who once admired Pap were now openly mocking him, turning his once beloved name into a meme. TikTokers made skits acting out. Pap in court versus Pap in the gym with Claressa, while Instagram Reels dragged him for training with a champ but losing at home. And Remy. The public was split down the middle. On one side were fans calling her a strong woman finally standing up for herself, refusing to be humiliated any longer. They praised her for taking legal steps, for holding Pap accountable, for refusing to play wifey while he played the field. On the other side were critics accusing her of being bitter, petty, and vindictive. Some pointed out the audio leak where she admitted she wanted Pap destroyed. Others claimed she was only after money. Using child support filings as a weapon, one viral comment summed it up. Remy's not trying to heal. She's trying to win. And when the fight is about winning instead of healing, nobody survives. The hip-hop community was just as divided. Some OGs like Styles P and Jadakiss allegedly reached out privately to mediate, but their efforts failed. Insiders whispered that the tension was so high, neither Remy nor Pap were willing to sit down at the table. And then came the wildest twist of all. Fans dug up an old interview where Papoose once said, "I don't believe in divorce. If you get married, you make it work no matter what. That's forever." The irony of that statement spread like wildfire. Fueling endless memes. Instagram was flooded with captions like "Pap said forever," but forgot to check the calendar. Even daytime TV couldn't resist. Wendy Williams' replacement host addressed it in her Hot Topics segment. Remy Ma filing child support against her own husband. Papoose with Claressa Shields, y'all. This is not just messy. This is historic. Forget love and hip-hop, this is love and lawsuits. Everywhere Remy and Pap turned, there was no escape. Claressa, though, stood firm. She doubled down with another Instagram story, this time posting a clip of her hitting the heavy bag with the caption, "Pressure makes diamonds," but even her confidence couldn't shield her from the industry backlash. Sports commentators questioned whether her focus was slipping. Promoters worried the scandal might overshadow her upcoming fight. Fans debated whether her reputation as the GWOAT could survive being tied to such an ugly hip-hop feud by now. The narrative was no longer about a love triangle, it was about legacy. Remy's legacy as one of the fiercest female rappers. Papoose's legacy as the loyal husband turned exposed cheater. Claressa's legacy as a sports icon now entangled in rap, drama, and the public couldn't look away. But just when it seemed like the reactions had reached their peak, whispers began spreading that Remy wasn't done. Sources close to her claimed she had an interview lined up with a major network, an interview where she promised to expose every last lie Pap ever told. If that interview aired, the public fallout wouldn't just continue, it would explode all over again. Just when it seemed the chaos couldn't get any messier, a final twist hit the internet that left jaws on the floor. Late one night, a mysterious anonymous account on Instagram, only as @TruthOverLoyalty, posted a series of blurry screenshots, claiming to show private dimes between Papoose and Claressa. At first, fans dismissed it as another fake clout-chasing leak. But what made this one different? The alleged timestamps. The messages suggested Pap and Claressa had been talking months before his public confirmation. Even worse, one DM allegedly showed Papoose venting about Remy, saying, "She ain't been the same since prison. I've been loyal too long. I need peace. I need real. I need peace. I need real." The line spread like wildfire. Fans gasped. Blogs reposted it with captions like, "The downfall of Mr. Loyalty in one sentence." Whether real or fake, the damage was already done. But that wasn't the only bombshell. The account went further, claiming it had voice notes from Papoose himself. Short clips surfaced of a man's voice sounding eerily like Pap saying things like, "Remy don't appreciate me no more. Claressa got my back, she's solid." The internet exploded. Fans scrambled to verify the authenticity. Some swore the voice was 100% Papoose. Others accused Remy's camp of planting fake evidence. Either way, the controversy deepened on. The story refused to die down. Meanwhile, Remy wasn't staying quiet. She shocked everyone by confirming her sit-down interview with none other than Angie Martinez. In the teaser clip, Angie leaned forward and asked, "Remy, was Pap ever really loyal to you?" Remy stared into the camera, her eyes cold and unflinching, before replying with just 3 words, "Not at all." The clip cut off there, leaving the entire internet in shambles. Fans screamed in the comments, "We need the full interview now." Blogs teased it as the most explosive sit-down of the decade. Even celebrities reposted it, calling it the moment that could redefine hip-hop relationships forever. And the twist that tied it all together. Leaked court documents revealed that Remy wasn't just filing for child support. She was allegedly preparing a full divorce petition. The papers, if filed, would end their marriage officially and potentially drag Claressa deeper into the mess as a named party of concern. If that was true, the fallout wouldn't just affect Pap and Remy, would ripple across the entire culture, insiders claimed. Pap was scrambling to stop the divorce filing. Some whispered that he had been begging Remy privately, promising to fix everything. Others said he was ready to fight back harder, planning to release his own tell-all interview where he would finally put his side of the story out. But the cliffhanger came from one chilling rumor floating around industry circles. A source close to Remy allegedly told a blog, "The receipts y'all seen. That's nothing. She's holding on to something bigger. Something that could end Pap's career forever. She's just waiting for the right moment." What could be bigger than child support filings, leaked DIMs, or secret voice notes? Fans speculated wildly. Some said it was proof of multiple affairs. Others claimed it was financial fraud tied to Pap's business ventures. A few even whispered about a hidden family no one knew about. Whatever it was, one thing was certain: the story wasn't ending here. The internet buzzed with anticipation, waiting for the next reveal, the next leak, the next blow in this never-ending war of loyalty, betrayal, and revenge. And as Remy prepared to drop her bomb and Pap plotted his counterattack, Claressa's shield stood in the middle, still training, still posting, still smiling through the storm. But fans asked the question out loud: how long can even the Gwot fight 2 wars at once? The one in the ring and the one in Remy's world. The stage was set. The lines were drawn. And the culture was left hanging on the edge of their seats, desperate for the next chapter. Because if this was just the beginning, what could possibly come next? And there you have it, one of the most explosive, jaw-dropping sagas hip-hop has seen in years. Loyalty shattered, secrets spilled, reputations crumbling before our very eyes. But here's the real question. You think this is the end? Or is it just the beginning of something even darker? Because, let's be honest, what we've witnessed isn't just a marriage falling apart. This is the collapse of an entire image. Papoose built his whole career on being Mr. Loyalty. He was the husband that stood by Remy while she did time. He was the blueprint for what a hip-hop relationship could look like. And now, that blueprint is in ashes. Fans are ripping it apart, questioning everything they thought they knew. But let me throw this to you. You think Remy's doing this for justice or revenge? Was that child support filing really about financial survival? Or was it a chess move meant to humiliate Pap where it hurts most in his pockets and in the public eye? Some say she's protecting her legacy. Others swear she's weaponizing the courts just to make him suffer. Where do you stand? And what about Claressa Shields, the champion caught in the middle of a battle she never asked for? Is she Pap's fresh start, the woman who brings him peace? Or is she just another pawn in a game bigger than she ever imagined? She's posting like she's unbothered, training harder than ever. But we've all seen how fast public pressure can crush even the strongest. Do you think Claressa can survive this without her career taking a hit? Or is her legacy as the GWOAT now forever tied to a love triangle bigger than any championship belt? Then there's the whispers the bomb Remy is allegedly holding back. If she really does have evidence that can end Pap's career, what do you think it is? Secret affairs, a hidden child, fraud, something darker we can't even imagine yet. Drop your theories in the comments, because trust me, the next revelation could shake hip-hop to its core. And let's not forget the bigger picture. What does this mean for the culture? Can hip-hop ever have another gold standard couple again? Or did Pap and Remy just prove that no image is bulletproof? We've seen rappers cheat, we've seen messy divorces. But this is different. This was supposed to be the couple that made it. The couple that survived everything. And if they can't make it, what hope is left for anyone else in this industry? I want to hear from you. Are you riding with Remy? Are you siding with Pap? Or do you think Claressa's the only one keeping it real in this mess? Tell me in the comments whose side you're on and why. Because this isn't just celebrity drama which a debate about love, loyalty, power, and betrayal. And your voice matters in this conversation. If you've been glued to this saga like the rest of us, you already know one thing. This story isn't over. There are more leaks coming, more interviews dropping, and more twists waiting to hit the internet. So if you don't want to miss the next bombshell, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Turn on notifications because when the next piece of this scandal breaks, you'll want to be here first, dissecting it with us. And don't just watch, engage. Like this video if you believe Remy's about to change the entire game with her next move. Share it with your friends who swore Pap was the king of loyalty. Let's see if they still think so after this. Because this isn't just gossip, it's history in the making. A hip-hop love story turned cautionary tale unfolding in real time. And trust me, you're not going to want to miss the ending. So buckle up, fam. The war between Remy Ma, Papoose, and Claressa Shields has only just begun. And the next chapter, it could destroy everything we thought we knew about loyalty, love, and legacy. Stay tuned because the next reveal is going to be bigger, louder, and messier than anything we've seen yet.